Good afternoon, everybody. There are 8 million people in the UK suffering from food insecurity. There's 4.7 million people in the UK regularly go a day without eating. But food poverty is also to do with the quality of people's diets. Poor diet is related to 30% of lives lost years, and as a result, poorer people are more likely to die younger as a result of a poor diet. In my opinion, this is not right in a country with so much wealth. Therefore, my subject is, what part can farmers play in reducing food poverty in the UK? So who am I? I'm a fourth-generation farmer, lucky enough to work in an established farming business. We farm arable, pigs, chickens, we have a meat distribution business, renewable energies, environmental schemes, and office rentals. My primary focus is on outdoor pig production, and over the past 7 years I've been very focused on driving my business forward to a 7-year plan and achieving goals I set myself in 2009. Alongside the farming business, my wife Sally and I have taken an increasing interest in social projects. A key aspect of this has been an education project we set up 3.5 years ago as part of the charity FarmLink, set up by Nuffield scholars Nick Green and John Alvis. This sees us hosting about 90 visits a year to our farm with school children, and also connecting with about 6,000 school children. We feel very fortunate to be in the position we are, and we're keen to put back into the community. And it was this interest in socially based projects which has inspired me to change my topic from adding value in developing a pig business to a more socially based study. One reason for wanting to focus on more socially based projects is due to the inequalities in the world, and I feel that this is a very potent image. How can it possibly be true that 8 people in the world own as much wealth as the poorest half of the world's population? However, there are more people talking about the triple bottom line, where both environmental and social impacts are taken into account, as well as profitability when looking at the success of a business. I feel that independently owned businesses need to take a lead role in running their businesses for social benefit as well as wealth creation. And then, like a snowball, the momentum will increase and will become more the business norm and not the business exception. So, with social progression in mind, I felt that one of the most pressing issues was food poverty. So please take a moment to look at these key statistics. So, what does food poverty mean? Well, food poverty means that an individual or household isn't able to obtain healthy, nutritious food or can't access food they would like to eat. Many people eat what they can afford and not what they like. This often results in people eating poor diets with increasing amount of processed foods with empty calories and little nutritional benefit, which can lead to heart disease, obesity, diabetes, and cancer, as well as inadequate levels of many minerals and vitamins. Obesity is now as much of a sign of poverty in rich countries as hunger is in poor countries. And in 2014, the NHS spent £6.1 billion on obesity-related illnesses, and it had a £27 billion cost to the wider economy. So who struggles with food poverty? Well, low-income families are eating less fresh meat, fruit, and vegetables, and this is often because fresh food is more expensive. This would suggest some shoppers see fruit and veg as unessential items and have switched to more processed foods. Where is food poverty seen? Well, many parents without transport and with a young family find it difficult to shop in the large retailers and discounters, and often rely on the local convenience store where fresh produce is rare and prices are often at a premium. And this has produced the concept of food deserts. I feel that the agriculture sector needs to be the champion of not just feeding the country, but feeding it well. After changing my Nuffield topic, I spent time in America looking at the food bank system, and I spent time in Brazil looking at food charities, as well as other socially based projects. It was inspiring to see so many people giving their time freely and making such a difference to people's lives. At one stage, I even got roped into an all-ladies aerobics class in Sao Paulo. There we go. Yeah. Having looked at various food projects around the world, I have personally considered how I can contribute in this area with my knowledge and resources. There are a number of charities in the UK at the moment operating in the food sector, and most of these are focused on emergency hunger relief and in reducing food waste, and therefore I felt it was appropriate that we should look at food nutrition. During my travels, I was inspired by the American food bank system and their desire to get more fresh produce out to people and less dry goods. Their answer to this was to set up a Fresh Express service where they would deliver fresh produce directly into the most deprived areas, as opposed to going via food pantries. I have set up a charity with my wife Sally called Farm Fresh Revolution. Now, the purpose of this charity is to inspire people to eat more fresh meat, fresh fruit and vegetables, and to include it in their everyday diets. We're looking to change shopping habits and change dietary habits. Farm Fresh Revolution has identified 6 local primary schools in Staffordshire, which have a high percentage of pupils from families on a family income of less than £12,000 a year. In fact, 55% of the families fall into this bracket. We've decided to work with primary schools as they're the centre of communities, and it's where parents gather, and also because dietary habits established at a young age should persist into adulthood. We visit each school every fortnight, 3 schools one week and 3 the next. We arrive at Friday pickup time and we set up a grocery stall where parents can come and help themselves to meat, eggs, fruits and vegetables. The food is free, although donations are welcome, and we also give out cooking and recipe suggestions. The project is going very well, with about between 50 and 70 families coming to each school at each drop-off, and it's our intention to increase the amount of schools we work with to 10 by the summer term, and to also get feedback from the parents so we can quantify the impact we are having. This slide shows the food we offer on a typical delivery. It also shows that the investment we are making in the food is considerably less than the parents would have to pay at their local convenience store, where they would pay £16, but it costs us £6. From a charitable point of view, hopefully this demonstrates that the output is high compared to the input we are making. We do, however, plan to raise sponsorship from local businesses going forward to help support this project. Now, we give the food away for free, and this has been a key area of discussion between us. However, our strategy is very much to try and promote fresh produce to all families, and we didn't want any stigma attached by giving the food for free to some families and not to others. Also, again, just to stress, 55% of these families have a family income of less than £12,000 a year, and we have seen firsthand how much they value this food. Here is a brief video which demonstrates the project in action.
I think Farm Fresh are marvellous. All the food is very good. Excellent.
Yeah, it's fantastic. The food is amazing. You get great opportunity to cook with new vegetables, new fruits, and it's just amazing. Families come and join in and get some free food.
It promotes healthy eating, it saves on my shopping bill. We normally are healthy anyway, but because the school are promoting it, I do find that my little boy's into it more.
So since the initiative started back in March, the impact's been fantastic for our school. It's such an amazing project. I think their families have really engaged in it. They're really enthused about it because it allows them to give their children the nutritional sort of value they're not necessarily always getting. They're experimenting with food, they're sort of trying new recipes. So from our point of view, it's a really, really positive thing.
I like that it's open to everybody as well, not income based.
I like because I can pick it up from school. I like it because the kids like it and it's free of charge and it's brilliant.
I don't even get home before they've eaten all the fruit. It's really good. It's great.
I think it's good and it keeps kids eating healthy and it's a good thing and they need to keep it going.
I think the Farm Fresh revolution is brilliant. It's encouraging families, including myself, to eat more healthily on a weekly basis. It's brilliant. Thank you.
The agriculture industry in the UK is dominated by family-owned businesses, both large and small, but all of which have the power to help tackle food poverty. As farmers in the UK, we can help people have enough food, but also the right food. So what are my recommendations? I would encourage all farmers, no matter their size, locality or production, to form a link with their local school. In its simplest form, this can be going into that school once a year and giving produce away, either produced on their own farms or donated by other local farmers or butcher shops. Secondly, a steering group to be set up by an industry body to help discuss other ways the agricultural industry can play its part in tackling hunger, food waste and nutrition. Thirdly, and I think this is a very important one, I feel there should be a National Fresh Produce Day where farmers go into school and they connect with the public and they give out produce, either produced on their own farms or donated by other farmers. This will help bridge the gap between farmers and the public and create a talking point for our PR which can be created around the benefits of eating fresh food and fresh produce. I feel that LEAF would be a very good body to take this initiative forward. Thirdly, I would encourage farmers and all businesses to operate and look at the triple bottom line. For myself, my conclusion is that I want to keep driving my business forward, but a key motivation for me is that I can channel a proportion of my earnings from my business into worthwhile charities and social projects. I want to run a rounded business focused on the triple bottom line. As a result of my study, we'll be looking to continue with Farm Fresh Revolution, look to build on it, and look to evaluate it in more detail. And I will endeavour to spend a proportion of my time championing food poverty issues and trying to help contribute to more people having better balanced diets and less people going hungry. I would like to thank Nuffield and the Worshipful Company for our farmers for this great opportunity. I would like to specifically thank Bob Bansbach for his support and guidance, and also Stephen McKendrick and Tamsin Howard for helping me set up Farm Fresh Revolution, and also to 4 farmers and all the volunteers who help us on a weekly basis. Most importantly, I would like to say a huge thank you to my wife Sally for supporting me on my travels and also for all the energy she's put into helping set up Farm Fresh Revolution. Thank you.